In this world, a dangerous creature has attacked, and almost all the humans from the world have died. The few people left, they are somehow trying to save their lives. The story begins with a girl named Blair, who is living alone in a deserted house. She has not met any other human for a long time and is completely trying to save herself. She has a walkie-talkie with which she is hoping that maybe someday someone will contact her. One day, she comes out of her house and reaches a strange place. This place looks like an old shelter where humans must have taken shelter, but now there is no one left there. As soon as Blair goes inside, she gets some important things: a water bottle and some medicines. She quickly puts them in her bag, but then she realizes that someone else is also there. Out of fear, she runs away from there without wasting time and comes back to her place. She comes back and gets busy in her normal routine. She eats, reads books, and carefully watches her walkie-talkie, only in the hope that maybe someone will answer her. But she knows that maybe someone is alive in this ruined world. On the other hand, a boy named Tommy, who was far away from Blair, was also trying to save himself. Now, the place where he was living, suddenly dangerous creatures come there. He runs away from there without wasting time. Meanwhile, his bag falls while running, in which he had important things. However, it was more important to save his life. That's why he goes to a safe place without a bag and hides. He spends the whole night in the shadow of fear. He stays hidden in the same place, and as soon as morning comes, Tommy goes back to the same place where his bag fell. He picks it up and decides to hide somewhere else soon. He also had a walkie-talkie with which he tries to contact someone. And fortunately, his attempt is successful. He connects with Blair. It was the first time when he had heard the voice of a human being after such a long time. Tommy tells Blair that he is on top of an old arrow. He tells that dangerous creatures are wandering below, on which Blair gives him an idea. She tells that there is a window in the arrow, through which he can get out safely. Tommy listens to her and runs out of the window. In this way, his life is saved with the help of Blair. The next morning, he goes back to the same place and picks up his bag and walkie-talkie and moves ahead. Tommy gives the news of his safe escape to Blair, with which she becomes very happy and says that she has heard the voice of a human being after such a long time. Tommy curiously asks her where she is living. Blair tells him that she is living in an old house, which has been deserted for a long time. She tells that she lives here to save herself from people and those creatures, and she doesn't have the courage to go too far. After this, Tommy tells her about his plan. He says that there is a small mountain far away, where his family used to live before. He thinks that he will be safe by going there, and maybe there is no creature there. Blair gets very excited to hear this. She says that she is also tired of being alone, so she wants to go there with him. However, while warning him, Blair also says that her walkie-talkie's battery is limited. That's why they can only talk to each other 3 times in a day. Both decide that they will move forward carefully and meet at the top of the mountain. Blair quickly packs her stuff and gets ready to go. On the other hand, Tommy also moves forward. He feels very hungry on the way, but he knows that to stay alive in this new world, he has to take every step carefully. Tommy had something to eat, but he did not eat it immediately. He knew that his journey would be long, and if he finishes his food now, then problems can arise on the way. That's why he keeps himself in control and continues his journey. On the other hand, Blair was also moving forward. She enters an empty house, only in the hope that she will get something to eat. Now, when the world was ruined, then all the houses were deserted. While fasting carefully, she starts looking for something to eat without making any noise. In this journey, we also see Blair killing a rabbit, which she cooks and eats. In addition to this, she also gets a headphone, with which she starts listening to songs. Now, in this desolate and dangerous environment, maybe music becomes her only companion. There, Tommy tries to go to an old bus, just thinking that maybe he will get something to eat there. But as soon as he peeks inside the bus, he starts hearing very strange voices from inside. Out of fear, he runs away from there without wasting time and comes back to his place. He comes back and gets busy in her normal routine. He asks him, "Did you eat anything?" To which Tommy replies, "No, not yet." To which Blair advises him. She says, "There are empty houses all around here. We can eat from any place, just don't make noise. If someone finds out, then maybe your life can also be lost." Talking to Tommy, he asks Blair, "If we both survive and meet, then where would you like to go?" Blair thinks for a while and then she says, "I always wanted to go to New York. I wanted to live there. My family and I had many dreams about that city. But as long as my father was alive, this dream of ours could never be fulfilled." Her voice is filled with sadness. She goes on to say, "My father's last memory is just a picture. and now I have only that left. After this, Blair asks Tommy about his story. Tommy replies slowly, "I'm not special. I have only one memory of my father, his necklace. I always keep it with me because it gives me a reason to live. It gives me hope. When my father passed away, I washed his ashes in the sea. If I survive this disaster, then one day I will go to the shore of that sea, so that I can say goodbye to my father." Blair listens to him carefully and says, "It's almost night. Before that, you should find a new place to sleep. We will talk at exactly 9 o'clock at night." After this,
Blair continues her journey and reaches a church on the way. The whole church was deserted. But then she meets a strange woman there. That woman speaks in a strange way. She says, "God is punishing us for our deeds. Humans have committed many sins, and now they are being punished for their sins." Blair is filled with anger after hearing this. She replies, "If your God really existed, then he would not let humans die, because humans are his own children, and no God leaves his children alone to die. So stop giving this useless knowledge." Saying this, she leaves there in anger and moves forward in her journey. It was quite late. Tommy enters an empty house and starts looking for some food there. After a while, he finds some food, but as soon as he tries to get out of there, he sees a dangerous creature. He runs away in fear, but suddenly he falls on the ground, and the next moment, that dangerous creature comes to him. Tommy thinks that this is his last time. But surprisingly, that creature does not harm him. After staring at Tommy for a while, he leaves there. Somehow, saving his life, Tommy runs fast and hides in a safe place. He was out of breath. His heart was beating fast. He picked up the walkie-talkie and called Blair. He said, "A creature attacked me, but it did not kill me. I somehow survived." Blair is shocked to hear this. She says, "How is this possible? Whoever came in contact with these creatures, he did not survive. What has happened this time?" Tommy's voice becomes heavy. He says, "When these creatures came for the first time, they killed my father, my mother, and my sister too. I was left alone. I could not even help my father. And now, I do not understand. For whom should I live?" His voice is filled with helplessness, and he starts crying. Blair tries to calm him down. She says, "Tommy, we are still alive. You have to stay alive for me. Do not lose hope. If your father was alive, would he have seen you dying like this? Not at all. We have to be strong, and we have to reach the top of the mountain. We will meet there soon. Just have faith." Both talk for a while, then Blair moves ahead on her journey. On the way, he finds an old car which was lying useless. She decides to stay in it to spend the night. There, Tommy also finds a safe place and lights a fire, and sits there and prepares to spend the night. Now in the morning, Blair's eyes open. But as soon as she tries to understand her situation, she sees a creature standing outside the car. Her face stands up. Before she could do anything, the creature attacks the car. Blair tries to get out quickly, and as soon as she gets out, the creature jumps at her. But showing courage, Blair attacks her with the help of a window, and somehow she kills him. But after this struggle, she gives up her courage. She sits near the car and starts crying. All this was too much for her, fighting death every day and feeling danger at every step. After a while, she takes care of herself and picks up the walkie-talkie and tries to talk to Tommy. She says, "Tommy, a creature just attacked me. But the scariest thing is that this attack happened in the light of day. Earlier, these creatures only came out at night, but now they are learning and evolving. This can be very dangerous for us." Tommy's voice is also filled with worry. He says, "We have to move ahead faster. I can reach the top of the mountain in 1.5 days. You have to reach there as soon as possible. We have to stay alive at any cost." After this, both continue their journey, only in the hope that they will be successful in meeting at the top of the mountain in the destruction of this world. Saving herself with her last hope, as Blair walks, she reaches a railway track. She sits there for a while and takes out her camera, starts taking pictures. This was probably her habit now, capturing every moment so that she feels that she is still alive and maybe humanity is still left. On the other side, Tommy also enters a deserted house. There was also a herd of horses in that house, which were still left. As soon as he is examining the surroundings, a girl suddenly appears in front of him. She was in a very bad condition. She was weak from hunger. That girl says to Tommy, "Give me the bag you have. I will let you go. Otherwise, I can kill you." Tommy feels pity for her condition, but he could not even give his necessary things. He refuses her, because of which that girl gets angry. She starts stammering, but when Tommy does not stop stammering, she suddenly attacks him. Tommy quickly hides in a corner, but then another danger comes there. A creature looks like a girl. The girl's scream comes out. Tommy runs away from there without stopping.
But that girl was so unfortunate that she gets stuck in the creature's web and dies there. Tommy leaves there without witnessing it and reaches a safe place and tries to contact Blair through walkie-talkie, but he does not get any answer from Blair. Maybe he had turned off his walkie-talkie. Actually, Blair could not escape the danger. As soon as she moves ahead of the railway track, a creature attacks her. Blair had no way to escape. She was ready to fight. But then an old man suddenly comes there and kills that creature with his weapon. Before Blair could understand anything, that man takes her to his house. There he ties a bandage on Blair's wounds and makes tea for her. Blair asks with a deep breath, "Why did you help me?" That old man says with a smile, "What else could I have done?" Blair asks him, "Do you live here alone?" The man shakes his head and says, "My wife was with me earlier. But when these creatures came, they killed her. I somehow survived. Now I just think and explain to myself that at least she got rid of this hell." After a while, Blair turns on the walkie-talkie and tries to contact Tommy. She says that an old man saved her life. Tommy asks her, "Do you trust him? This morning a woman attacked me and somehow I survived." Blair answers with confidence, "Yes, I can trust this man. If he wanted, he would have left me there. But he saved my life, gave me food and took care of me. Now there are very few such people left in this world. If we stay alive, then we'll also live in a faraway farmhouse. That too without any fear." After this, Blair suddenly starts telling her mother's story. Her voice becomes heavy. She says, "My mother and I were sleeping one night when suddenly a creature attacked us. My mother tried to stop her. She told me to run away, but I couldn't run away. I saw her suffering. There was no hope of her survival. I had a gun, in which there was only one bullet, and I killed my mother with that bullet, because I couldn't see her suffering." As she says this, Blair starts crying. Tommy tries to calm her down. He says, "What you did was right. It was wrong to leave someone in so much pain." Blair takes care of herself and goes back inside the house. That old man had also heard what she said. He slowly says, "What you did requires a lot of courage. Not everyone can be so brave." Blair looks at him, and now he was understanding that to survive in this world, not only strength, but the heart also should be strong. James listens to Blair carefully and while taking a deep breath says, "Something like this happened to my wife too. I tried my best to save her, but I failed. I'm still living with that pain. I couldn't save my wife, but maybe that was the reason I helped you. At least this time, I was able to save someone's life." After this, James gives Blair a bag, which was full of food and drinks. He says, "Now you should go towards the north, where your friend must be waiting for you. And yes, always remember one thing. If you ever need a place to stay, then the doors of this house will always be open for you. Maybe I don't have much time left, but as long as I'm there, this house is yours." Blair says thank you to him and leaves from there. On the other side, Tommy is sitting in a deserted place. He's eating the leftover food. Then suddenly, he feels that someone else is also there. His heart beats faster, and then from the darkness, a creature attacks him. Tommy tries his best to escape from him, but that creature was very dangerous. Then he sees a big stone nearby. He picks up that stone with all his strength and hits the creature on the head. The creature screams in pain and gets stuck there. Tommy takes a deep breath, but he knew that this war was not over yet. He picks up the walkie-talkie and tries to contact Blair, but his battery runs out. On the other side, Blair also wanted to talk to Tommy, but his walkie-talkie was also useless now. Instead of giving up, he kept the walkie-talkie aside and moved on with his journey. Tommy reached a house while traveling, where he fell asleep. The next morning, he heard someone knocking at the door. He woke up and opened the door, where he saw Blair standing there. Both of their eyes were filled with joy and happiness. In this struggle that had been going on for months, this moment was no less than a victory for them. They hugged each other and started talking for a long time. Now we don't need to go anywhere else. We will stay here and settle our world here, Blair says with a smile. Tommy says, if we are together, then we are not afraid of anything. But their happiness doesn't last long, because suddenly two creatures start moving towards them. So they both run inside the house and close the door. Blair looks out of the window. She says, now these creatures are attacking during the day as well. We don't have much time. So they turn on the gas cylinders without wasting time, and as soon as the creatures break the door and come inside, they set it on fire. In a few seconds, there's a big blast. The whole house starts burning. Tommy and Blair get out of the back door and keep watching their only shelter burning. But they didn't give up. Tommy says, no problem, we'll make another house. Blair agrees with him. They couldn't even breathe yet, and suddenly a scary voice starts echoing from the mountains. Both of them look up. There was a clear fear on their faces. Tommy and Blair look at each other. Both knew that this danger is much bigger than before. But now they also knew that if they are with each other, then they can face any danger. This passion ends this film. Now will they be able to escape from that dangerous creature, or will this be their end? We will know this in the next part. But for now, that's all in this story. But we will meet again, and that too with a new and interesting story. But as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe Scene Zap for more interesting movie recap.